Okay, cool. So, hi everybody. Welcome to our sort of casual Ludum Dare Saturday stream, made possible through IGDA Winnipeg and New Media Manitoba and Peg Jam in general. It's great. We're here with Matt Welk, who is
Hi.
hi, how's it going?
So good. So nice.
Good,
So
good.
Saturday.
I guess I could do that too. Uh, so I'm Cam. um, I don't even know how to introduce myself. Someone say something nice about me.
Let me
Cam is
introduce
a
myself.
multi-talented musician, writer, philanthropist who
Awesome.
philanthropizes his time for IGDA hosting right now and has his own Twitch stream, which he does Fridays at around lunch. Catch it every second week?
Every Friday.
Every Friday. Oh, ambitious.
Every Friday, baby.
Amnesiac.
Was that a good
Yeah.
intro? Did I do you
That
well?
was fantastic. I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done that. So, thank you.
There was 4 truths and a lie in there.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you need an introduction, Matt? Like, you're obviously, like, very talented game developer, very nice guy, super long beard. I think it continues, like, another 4 feet off screen.
You'll never know. You'll never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So, what are you working on right now? What do you got? I know you
Oh,
said you
okay.
were gonna sort of maybe work on something, new, but you weren't sure what it was gonna be.
And I still don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
So this is Ludum Dare. So it's a game jam, trying to make a game in a weekend.
Right.
Trying to do it solo again, just because of time commitment. So I don't want to strap anybody to the weight that is me.
Mhm.
Um, but I've wanted to experiment with this art style for a long, long time, which is Pokemon for Game Boy Color, but in
Okay.
3D.
Where did you hear about that? This
I
kind of
heard it
style?
from on Twitter from someone whose handle is Cortoony, Cort, Cortoony.
Cool.
And they have made a bunch of Pokemon that look almost pixel perfect to the Game Boy Color, but then it starts rotating in 3D.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
really cool. It looks like there's some really neat, like, lighting effects that you've added to it as well. Is that also part of it, or is that something that you're experimenting with, or
That's something I'm experimenting with. So the limitations are every single thing is 4-tone. So everything is like this almost black,
okay,
white, and then 2 different tones.
neat.
So like this pink thing, which is just a sphere, has
Mhm.
I chose this pink and this pink for the 2 tones.
Yeah.
For green, I chose these. They don't have to be similar. It could be like purple and green. Um,
Yeah.
and so that's a fun limitation. And I think I'm gonna have fun with that when I start making little sea creatures or something.
Mhm, and as you get closer to everything like, even the, what's that called? Seaweed? Gets more and more detailed as you get closer to it, hey? Just the way that
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
because it's oh, are you curious to see behind the scenes? Want to see my
Obviously.
post-processing
This
stack?
almost reminds me of, like, a 3D downwell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, if it was, like, slow motion.
Yeah. So
Um,
this is it in motion right now?
this is just me flying around the editor,
Okay,
but this is the current speed I'm thinking of,
cool.
and then I have a debug button to go fast because, I don't have time to be a player.
Right.
Yeah, so you just cruise, and it's just these, like, flickering pixels. I don't know what the goal is yet. I
Yeah.
have bubbles in the game, which are fun. So you're this dot in the middle of the screen, and you can
Mhm.
actually pop bubbles if
Oh, that's awesome.
you get close enough.
And that's the gameplay. That's some stellar gameplay.
Maybe. I don't really know. Uh, but anyway, so,
Oh, so they have a transparency on them too, hey?
it's
Like, it kind of
all
flew by you.
it's all
That's
just, hacks and trickery, and it's
I love that.
okay, I wanna show you this post-processing stack 'cause I'm super proud of it.
Okay.
So, what the
I'll
game
pretend
looks
to
like
know.
normally is this.
Whoa.
So these bubbles are just it's just a Fresnel shader, which is just one node in Unreal Engine, and then I
Mhm.
put another bubble inside of it, and then I did a little bit of math to make it wiggle. Just some, like,
That's what math's good for.
yeah, good stuff, wiggle. So that's pretty simple for the bubbles.
Right.
Uh, so let's go back in here. So that's what that looks like.
Mhm.
Um,
Which already looks really cool.
The main thing is this colorize, and so each thing has its own stencil buffer. So this thing, if I search custom on its seaweed, this is in stencil buffer 3, and I said 3 is greens, and that's it. So I have a limited number of these. It's 256 types of items I can have in the world,
Okay.
which is good. It's a jam. I'm not going to go over that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like 256 color schemes, and so everything kind of gets stenciled out. So the bottom's blue. This is gray. These are green. And bubbles are their own thing where they're not even in the stencil buffer.
Wild.
Uh,
So you have probably a whole bunch of you've made how many games now? How many game jam games?
I think 22, something like that.
So you probably have your own like library of assets that you've made. That do you often dip into that library to kind of speed things along and make things more efficient for yourself, or
I
do you try to
truly
start?
don't.
Oh wow.
I probably should,
I'm
but
curious. Is that normal, or I guess it depends on the kind of project you're working on, right?
I think it
Some people
depends on the
probably do that.
project. So, for
Okay.
example, here I needed a rock, and so I was like, well, maybe I have a bunch of rock assets. Um, and so I looked through like the free assets I got on Unreal,
Hmm.
and I'm sure there's rocks in there somewhere. But then I realized I can just go in Blender, put a subsurface modifier, apply it, sculpt for 3 seconds, and get a big blob. And because the art style of the game is just this fancy shader,
Right. You don't have to be too
you never
picky
know.
about it. Yeah.
You never know.
That's awesome. And that just
Um,
looks cool. Like you have sort of like a what is it, like a sort of a color aberration going on?
yeah, that's something I get rid of by turning this one on.
Right. Neat.
Because if I don't do that, then colorize gets super flickery.
Yeah.
So I have to tell Unreal to like just stop doing lots of things that it usually does to make things look nice.
Right. Make it look terrible is what you're asking it to do. But terrible in a pleasing way.
Exactly. And then I have this outline shader, which is pretty simple. It just checks
Cool.
the depth buffer for neighbors, and if there's lots of difference, then it draws the lines there.
Yeah.
Um, this outline shader isn't great, but because it all ends up going through pixels, it ends
Yeah.
up looking pretty
That's
flat
awesome.
anyway.
So it's mostly the style you're kind of playing with at the moment. And then
Yeah.
gameplay will kind of you'll find your place with it. Because I remember was it a couple years back or last year you were talking about like where to start with making games. And the one thing that really appealed to me about your talk is to put the gameplay first, find your mechanic first, which just seems kind of obvious. But I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense because I'm thinking about style as someone who's just not as experienced in that realm. I'm like, I want to figure out what the actual art will look like, and I have no idea. I haven't considered a single thing about what makes my game unique, and that's sort of like step one. But
Oh,
yeah,
well, I mean, that's all great advice that I'm not taking right now. That is
yeah,
my own advice. Um, yeah, I like inspiration can come from anywhere. Like for this, I had this art style, and I said, what can the camera do to show this off? So if
hmm,
this was a side-scrolling game, you wouldn't have that effect of like things in the distance being really pixely, and then you get close and you see the detail.
hmm,
And that's a really like that's an interesting way to explore. And so having a game where you're just descending into the ocean, and these pixelated things get more and more visible, and
hmm,
you can't stop. You just have to like go past things. So if you want to see everything, you'll have to play a few times.
yeah. And those
It's
are the bubbles sort of flickering in on the bottom left there. They're kind of just coming in as little
yeah,
white. That looks
yeah,
awesome.
they're way down there. We'll get there. We can even ooh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I was also inspired by A Short Hike,
Of
because I
course. Yeah.
watched that talk, and he
Hmm.
said he chose an art style that meant he didn't have to make elaborate 3D assets because he doesn't have those skills,
Hmm.
and that resonated.
Cool.
So I'm doing a similar thing.
Nice. A short hike is awesome.
Yeah, I never thought about the comparisons to a short hike, but definitely.
Also, real quick, can actually disregard. Sorry, I was gonna say Sorry, yeah, just disregard. Just realized the thing I was about to say is not going to work.
Okie dokie.
Sorry.
Well, here's a full playthrough.
Yeah.
If you're recording the
Are
stream,
you thinking about music at this point too, or?
I have to.
Yeah.
And the bar is set pretty high because, as we all know, the music for underwater levels is always the best.
Yes.
It's got to be a waltz, Matt.
It has to be a waltz. I've never written a waltz.
Well, no time like the present.
For sure. The other voice you're hearing is Julian Bottel, by the way.
Oh, hi everyone.
Yeah.
I'm
And
the
Dan,
color
if Dan is also being broadcast here, I don't know.
Yes, I am being broadcast. I'm just me and Julian aren't showing up visually, but we are present.
So are we moving in on basically the floor of your map right now? Is this?
Yeah, I'm just stuck on the ground.
Okay.
And I kind of like this too.
Yeah.
This is like I haven't played Subnautica, but is this kind of the vibe? Ish.
Seems right.
I haven't played it either, but I would love a version like this. It's very pixely. I wonder once you hit the ground, you could turn into a side scroller.
Just make 2 games in one weekend.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Ooh,
Your
can you
perspective's completely different.
make some weird sea creatures like Planet Earth style, deep sea, like those like translucent things with like a light bulb hanging off of their?
Yeah,
anglerfish.
I want to do exactly
Yes.
that because I can. I mean, it's pretty limited because of, the things, but I can put point lights in, and ramp up the intensity, and I can have these move around on creatures and stuff.
Awesome.
So I'm hoping that these bubbles mean something. Like you'd want to follow the bubbles to find a thing. Maybe you hit a trigger and a fish swims out. I really don't know. I'm kind of just discovering as I pluck away this weekend.
Liam says it absolutely has to be a waltz.
Yeah. There's no way around it. I'm stuck now.
Yep. Cool. I'd love to see a jellyfish that you can kind of like fly through. Is there going to be any sort of collision? Because you could kind of push the creatures out of the way.
There is collision because I didn't want you to fly through these big rocks.
Right.
So
you
you
push around them.
Like, I can't go through them. You bounce off them.
Nice.
This world is super sparse right now, which is why it feels so slow. But I want to just pack it full of stuff and make it maybe a 5-minute experience. That seems to be the sweet spot for getting your game voted on. It's a good enough chunk of time that people have a good time, but small enough that they're going to play to the end.
Right.
So I'll probably make it. I can just time it, make it a 5-minute game, and then fill it with enough clutter that it doesn't feel super slow.
Mm-hmm.
And figure out what the objective is.
Yeah. What
So at
creates
this point-
bubbles? Oh, sorry, Jillian. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at this point, are you like committed to finishing something, or are you just like in it to explore this, or are you just like being so laissez-faire about it that whatever you get to is cool?
I want to ship it even if there's no objective. Like even if I just pluck away and add more rocks and add some of these and put some fish in, I'll still submit it. Just because it's interesting enough. I think people will think it's interesting, even if you can't actually win.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm not going to destroy myself this weekend. I got other things to do.
Yeah. Well, I love the art style. I want to see it applied to everything, real life, etc.
An AR filter for real life.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Wonder how that would actually look in VR though. If that would be disorienting.
It would
or
probably
not.
melt your brain. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm into.
Your question about what makes bubbles.
Yes.
The answer is the bubble spawner. All it does is it waits a second and then it spawns a bubble and then it goes back and waits another second. And each one has a little bit of randomness in it.
Cool. In its placement of where it spawned around that particular spot.
Yeah. And then it also has randomness in terms of the direction that it's going to go.
Cool.
So they should diverge just a little bit. And then they they after 5 seconds they start shrinking, and then they're destroyed. And that way I don't have infinity bubbles making your computer slower and slower.
Cool. And what software is this? Is this Unreal?
This is Unreal.
It's Unreal.
You're not allowed to say that. You can't say that.
That's what they get for naming their software an adjective. They brought this on themselves. I don't know what these things are, by the way, but I like them.
Little dumbbells, little water dumbbells.
Yeah, maybe they're like flotation things,
Yeah.
like how you put buoys in the ocean, but this is for the fish, so it's underwater.
Mm-hmm. Or like they could even be little spores.
Oh
Same.
yeah.
If you wanted to.
Matt, are you familiar with? Oh, that's loud. Are you familiar with something of the Obra Dinn? It's got like
Return of the Obra Dinn.
Return of the Obra Dinn. I don't know if it's the exact same art style, but it's got a similar-ish or a unique art style where it's got that really pixelated edge. I don't know how to describe it.
I think he defined it as 1 bit, right? Is there an option to make this 1 bit if you wanted to?
Well, I mean, I mentioned previously my attempts to try to dither this that failed drastically this morning, but that was his technique. So instead of having, like, this is 4-tone, his is 2-tone, just black and white, but at the gradient edges, you'll get like a couple random pixels of dark and a couple random pixels of light here, so that it tricks your eye into seeming like a gradient.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't pull this off that off this time.
Is that something that the creator has shared? I guess.
Yeah, there's a full thread on a forum somewhere that has all the juicy details. He worked very hard. There's lots of tricks in there to me.
Yeah, I heard that was probably like that was most of the development was trying to figure that out.
I believe it.
I see this art style as like another level. So when I approach making games, I'll use on trigger enter, on trigger exit, and just kind of like copy paste kind of style. And you can build stuff with primitive shapes, but then what Matt's doing here is really cool because it opens up a whole new like world of a way to present the content in a really unique way that you wouldn't be able to unless you specifically learn how to do some of this stuff. And to me, that's really interesting because I'm not capable of achieving a unique art style like this because I haven't been able to devote the time to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's me using my strengths and not my weaknesses. So for example, I made this in Blender. It is 6 planes stitched together. But I made it wiggle using math because I'm good at math.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at this and you're saying, well, I can't do that, you don't have to. You can get other skills, and that'll get you where you need to go. Like if you're an animator, you would probably rig this with bones and animate it and throw it in, rather than like do math in a shader, which probably took way more time. If I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm. It looks awesome. I almost got like Star Fox, like the SNES vibes too. From all of those. Looks cool.
Oh yeah, it's that low res goodness.
Like you could turn that seaweed into like a snake monster or something. The same math.
Whoa, Star Fox, but in under the sea. Anyone?
Mm-hmm. Water Fox.
Water Fox. As if there's no. Oh man, there's the airship. There's the tank, but is there a submarine in a Star Fox game? That seems like such a compelling gameplay mechanic.
What if they put the airship in the water and then just called it like a ship?
Yeah.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Watching Matt's project here, the style, I feel like my brain is on the edge of so many cool, unique ideas that I feel like if I stare at it long enough, that I'll think of a bunch of interesting things to do with the art style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're an
The main
inspiring person, Matt.
oh well, the main thing I'm trying to communicate is that you're moving down into the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like this could be out. Like looking at this, that could be outer space. What makes this not outer space?
Yeah.
And so I think I'm gonna have to throw like a fish swimming by right at the start, just to set the mood, or like those bubbles help. As long as you can tell the bubbles.
It's interesting because I definitely thought it was a space setting, because particularly because of the floating, we'll call them dumbbells. That gave like a very sci-fi, like
they
like
are.
monolithic vibe to me.
Oh yeah, interesting.
There's a lot of comparisons you can draw from both like deep sea and space. Things get
Totally.
weird.
Yeah, I think the transition from like clear underwater to like potentially outer space and whether like is neat, and especially in a game like whether you like explicitly say that you're still in water, maybe you are in space, could be like a fun
Mm-hmm.
I could put
psychological thing.
put some tiny dots in, and then it seems like you're going through stars.
Some planets.
Well, that seemed to be where a lot of people's minds went when the theme was revealed, right? Deeper and deeper, I think space and
Ah.
water.
Ooh.
And I think I saw some people talking about like, venturing deeper into a forest. It's a lot of nature things. Flighty Felon says hello. And your game looks awesome, Matt.
What's up, Flighty? Thank you. Flighty, are you jamming? Did you find some time? Let me know in the chat.
But I'm just curious, I guess yeah, okay. If we were to think more about deeper and deeper, are there other ideas within that realm that go beyond space or beyond water, beyond a forest? Like
I was
I know that-
thinking deeper into like a gameplay mechanic.
like it
Of,
gets more and more
like-
complex, or you have to do more.
Yeah,
it.
it's something like you introduce something that seems like kind of surface, but you keep reimagining it for it to get more, I guess, complex in whatever
Mhm.
way that is. Like if it started out as one button, like making you jump, but then all of a sudden that one button does several things, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I also feel like not every game needs to be like a game. It could just be like an environment that has some interactive elements, but that aren't explicitly like collect the thing, do this, do that. It's more of like you could push a fish and it like, I don't know, something more just like you're building an interactive environment than you are building an interactive game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's where gameplay would come secondary.
Yeah, at least that's one thought that had come to my mind, at least.
Yeah. I think that comes to mind for me too. I don't have the programming skills. I would rather just have no collision. Just let me adventure around. I might be able to make like trees or something, which I guess is just one way to build skills. But I definitely don't have a similar to you, Dan. Similar, like
Right.
we have a certain range of skills.
I
that
think
aren't exact, not math skills.
Yeah, for sure. I think the other benefit of that is kind of like what Matt's doing right now is I personally don't have a lot of experience building levels, but if I just decide, oh, this game, I'm just going to build an environment, I can exercise that level design muscle.
Totally.
And to not have my time diluted by like trying to understand how to program a mechanic and just focus solely on the like level design.
Right.
Yeah, I think I suspect like people think when they do jams that they have to make like a game or a game in the traditional sense, which is completely not the case. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that works as well. But yeah.
Flighty Felon says, jamming with some Red River College students. She's doing some writing and level design. and their game is about venturing inside paintings as landscapes, and then like a scavenger hunt of clues inside that landscape.
That is so fun.
How did you guys develop an idea like that? Is my question.
I love
Reminds me.
the idea of jumping into paintings and exploring the world within them. That's how the Area 64, I suppose.
Totally. Are they like? I'm also curious if they're like original paintings or if they're existing paintings. Lots of different ideas there. That's an idea with legs for sure.
Deeper and deeper into like these worlds, paintings, and you're like literally going into a painting. Cool.
Oh, I like that. I like what you just said there, Julian. Like you're like when you go into you're making a painting, but it's like an environment.
Yeah, the brushstrokes are two-dimensional, and then as soon as you get close enough, it breaks it down into a three-dimensional space.
That's really cool. I like that.
Love it.
Someone mentioned Mario 64, and they were like, "Whoa," says Flighty Felon.
Yeah. I think we've all wanted to jump into a painting in our lives.
I think so. Yeah. So Matt, I guess you have to be careful if you're venturing downwards. You don't want to get caught on any of the geometry, right?
It's
Nothing
a real
can be-
problem.
Yeah,
It's a
nothing
real
can be pointy.
I need to go into a player collision and make sure there's no troughs for you to get stuck in.
Does that can that be solved by just making like the player collision box a little bit bigger so that you don't get caught? Or they're
Yeah. I'd be able to find a way out. Let's see if I can get trapped in here. But also, it's a jam game, and if you get stuck,
you win. Yeah,
you win.
Those good old alternative win environments.
Oh, I can
Are
still.
you stuck?
No, I can still heave my way out. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's.
So you kind of went up there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You didn't. That's just Unreal being Unreal. Because I'm using the built-in like player motion stuff, like the floating pond movement. So it's it figures out all that collision stuff for me. I didn't have to do anything there.
Oh, nice.
Man, kit bashing with rocks is so easy with this art style.
What does that mean?
Kit bashing, like you just shove stuff within other stuff instead of making new stuff. And then it looks like you'd never know this wasn't one asset.
Right.
Because if you're in like this mode, you can see all these seams.
Yeah.
But here you can't. Ha ha ha.
It's just illusions.
Just illusions.
That's game design, baby.
That's game design, baby.
You mean it's all
man.
illusions? Always
Yeah.
was. Always has been.
Man, my cat just jumped on my lap and is wreaking havoc on my headset
Oh,
/ my hands, but in a very cute way.
I wish you could show us.
Yeah, be cute.
I guess I should say if you want to show something off on this stream and you're around, you can jump into the Winnipeg Game Collective Discord and jump in and share your screen, similar to what Matt's doing. If you have an idea or a mechanic that you're trying to figure out, you got a few people here who have opinions and sometimes the skills to talk you through it or about it. If you want. Flighty Felon says Starry Night and the Scream and the Persistence of Memory, I think, are the paintings that they're exploring.
Which one's the Persistence of Memory?
I don't know.
I guess I can look this up quite easily. Maybe I will.
Maybe I will too. Maybe I already have. Oh yeah, it's the clock one. It's the melty clocks.
Oh, nice. Oh man, did anyone play Psychonauts?
Psychonauts.
It was like a
only a
PS2
little.
game.
Only a little.
Oh man, speaking of deeper and deeper, that game has a really cool mechanic where it's a third person action adventure game, and you're a kid with psychological like telekinesis powers, and you're able to like go into people's minds and explore their minds. So you're at this camp, and like everyone's under like everyone's having a pretty stressful time, and you have to fix their problems by like going into their minds.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
each mind is like yeah, a 3D like a level, but they're like just super themed, and one of them is like a Picasso, like shoot. Hold on, I want to get this right.
The name of the painting here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm spacing. Anyway, it's just like super like abstract art, like Dali. That's who I'm thinking of.
Right.
Yeah, Dali and like Picasso, 3D vibes, and it's super cool. Check out Psychonauts. That's what I'm trying to say. Play Psychonauts. It's good. You'll laugh. You'll say whoa a lot.
And there's a second one, right? There's two.
Yeah, I think they're working on it. It's been in development for a while.
A while.
A little
A
while.
hard age. This is actually making it look even more spacey, Matt.
Oh no.
You're gonna have to call it Space Game.
Well, yeah. I think anytime you have an object that's not attached to anything, it's inherently going to be spacey, which is
true.
What those rocks essentially are, just kind of floating.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, how do you convey water in the game?
Unless, are those objects that you're going past, is that like a creature or is that a rock?
It's a potato. It's just a rock. Here, let's see if we can do it live on stream. Make it look like it's underwater.
Can you like ripple the player perspective with math, obviously?
I love the idea of being like, yeah, can you do this thing that I have? I mean, at least for me, I don't want to speak for you, Cam, but like, can you do this thing that I have absolutely no idea and is probably very complicated? Can you just throw that together?
Yeah. Can you add some enemies with working collision right away, please? Easy.
Hey, Matt, you said you're good with math. Can you just use math to make me a cup of coffee?
Matt, can you fix my bank account?
With math, of course.
With math, please, yeah. It's all about it.
Oh, gosh.
All right, we're going to do something I did on a previous game, which was make everything wavy.
Flighty Felon says maybe some planktons or some bubbles or, yeah, some... What's it called? What sticks to barnacles? Sticks to the
algae?
To the rocks? Algae. Algae whiz.
Coral.
Coral.
It's like reef.
Great word to say.
Right, I was just about to say that too.
Coral.
Coral.
I think of Walking Dead. Carl.
Carl.
This is not going to work at all.
Maybe
what's the thought process?
enemy. Sorry.
Oh, seeing.
They're obviously the bad guys.
Yeah, totally, because they're an enemies. What's the idea here? Oh, I see. Okay. Got this neat little perspective camera, which is nice.
This is bad news.
Even game design's kind of like a game, hey? You're just clicking things together.
Just as much fun, right?
Right.
I want it to wave. So time. Oh, I need to add it to time. Time. I'm adding my x coordinate to it. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
whoa, that's it.
I hate it.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst feature in every video game. When you get drunk, like in Sea of Thieves, when you get drunk, it's absolutely nauseating.
This is totally the Mario 64 jump into the painting.
Okay, let's make it a fifth of that strength.
I'm seasick
Yeah.
already.
That's honestly exactly what I was imagining.
Oh.
Look, we're in its water now.
That's crazy.
Except it broke my my outline. Something's in the wrong order here now.
You need some Donkey Kong-esque music, actually. I changed my mind.
Some like those little bongos that kind of come in on like almost like a cave level, like do 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 do.
Yeah, totally. With a little like synth that's like whoa 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 whoa.
So now I'm gonna get a radial gradient going on. Looks like this. And I'm going to 1 minus that. Looks like this. And that'll multiply by the strength. So it only happens around the edges of the screen.
Yeah, I think Flighty Felon just suggested that. I think.
Looks like you're on the same
Perfect.
wave.
Whoa!
Oh, yikes.
Worth the wait. Worth the wait. Oh, this has to be before I add.
Does anyone want to try to say radial gradient 10 times fast?
Radial gradient. Damn it. Radial gradient. Radial gradient. It's hard.
It is hard.
It's just still a lot.
It's got like a little hiccup in there.
Radial.
Radial gradient.
Radial gradient.
Not a good band name.
Where are the radial gradients?
Don't say our name. 2, 3, 4.
What if it was the radial great? Yes.
Okay, I gotta go. Team. This has been fun.
You're
Peace
done?
out. Au revoir.
All right.
It's been great.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
See you,
No
Matt.
problem. Anytime. Any.
So, Julian,
Hi.
you're working on a gam jam. Oh my goodness. You're not working on a radial gradients per se, but you are working on some creative projects this weekend. What are you working on? Can you
Yes.
tell us?
Yeah, there's a
Broad terms, maybe?
in broad terms, I will say that I'm working on I am making some sheet music for some performers to play at a concert at the beginning of June. And there's a number of tunes that I've like made MIDI mock-ups of using like solo string instruments like viola, violin, cello, and piano. And I'm taking these mock-ups I've made and turning them into sheet music so that performers can play. So
Wow. Is
yeah,
that
it's-
something you're used to making, or is that kind of out of your comfort zone, or?
a little of column A and column B. It's like I've read music a bunch,
Mhm.
As a performer, but as a composer, most of my stuff has been through production, and I'll like be able to like make scores or charts, as we colloquially say. I'll make charts that get all the main points through, and then like once everyone is like in the room, you can be like, oh yeah, that should be like this. You can kind of like explain the rest. But in this case, like once these are sent away, that like they're kind of left in the performer's hands, so all the information has to be like kind of done to code.
Mhm.
As to say, yeah, so just like dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, and that is something that's like relatively new, where it's just like, okay, it actually matters doing things by the book this time. So
Right.
yeah, it's been like fun and a growing experience. But
Cool.
yeah.
I think we met in, what was it, 2018 at a game jam? I don't know if that was 2018 or 2017. But were you relatively new to game development then? Or had you kind of been in the I don't know, the circuit? I don't know. What do you say? The group for a while?
Yeah, I've definitely I was pretty new to it, especially
But not new to music. I'd say.
no, yeah, I'd like been to music school and like the whole thing, doing like piano lessons and trumpet lessons when I was like in high school or whatever. But yeah, my first main like game development experience was at the 2016 Peg Jam, when it was like the first time I'd done music for a game that like was available for people to download, and and then kind of working on projects since then. So it's been like cool getting deeper and deeper into this stuff.
Yeah.
But also like still kind of keeping hands in like the more live performance-y type of stuff, like playing in bands at the same time, or doing like, I'm a trumpet player, so like doing the odd like trumpet and jazz thing, but I do like way less of that now. But now this is like full on like a pop concert with like string instruments. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a departure from the super gamey stuff that I've been doing for the past couple of years, but
Right. It's probably
I
really
think
refreshing though, right?
yeah, and I kind of feel like I'm going back to my roots a bit. But like
Cool.
normally, like I've been a performer in a lot of people's bands, but I haven't like written a lot of like stuff for a band. So kind of like being on the other side of it, which is cool.
Man, where do you start if you're gonna do a full composition?
Oh
Like-
man.
That might be. I think that's a pretty small question.
Well, let me tell you the definitive answer that is right, and I'm right, and this is the answer. There's only one way to do this, and this is the way. No, yeah, I have a really hard time starting on something that's just for me, actually, like writing my own
Oh yeah.
like music, because I feel like I'm a really indecisive person, and I like have a hard time focusing on one idea and not like I have a really hard time like leaving stuff out. It's like if I'm going to do something that's my own, I like want to put all my ideas into one tiny thing.
Right.
That's like maybe not the best strategy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Unless it is, right?
yeah, unless it is my idea. Yeah,
I think that's why albums and things like that are so cool. Like you're gonna create something completely different 5 years from now, and it's almost like a shame if you don't make something, even if it's kind of bad. But like it would be you in that moment, right? And then you could be like, oh, I messed up a lot, but damn, that was kind of cool.
totally. I 100% agree. It's like the stuff that you're making now is totally a collection of your ideas and your thoughts in that moment based on like all your experiences up to then. So it's like, why wouldn't you just like throw all the ideas that you have right now into this thing right now? Yeah.
But then part of you is like, I'm not. It's almost like I'll liken it to like being an archaeologist. They have to leave some of those fossils behind until they get better enough that they can extract another piece of the bone, right? So it's like in a creative field, you're like, I have a really good idea, but I don't want to use that idea until I have developed my skills a little bit more, and then I can come back to this really good idea that I've identified.
Oh yeah.
And even then that idea could have morphed or changed in some way.
As a quick side note, I don't know if Rebecca's still in the stream, but I have their Tech Hub 2020. I don't know if Rebecca if this is the project that she was involved with, but I have it up on stream in the content window.
Sweet. Yeah, I can see that.
That's awesome. Yeah, totally. That idea of like, I recognize that this is like an idea that is maybe beyond my current skill level, or like, you see the bones, I'll come back to it. That bone ain't going anywhere. It's stuck in the earth.
Yeah.
So like, save it for when the time is right.
Yeah. Totally.
But-
Rebecca, if you want, you can come on and chat about this if you want.
Ooh, yes.
We're here.
Yeah,
We're
that'd be
available
cool.
in the Discord. Feel free. No pressure.
I mean,
Anyway,
is
I
cool.
find that this is super cool.
Sorry, I don't mean to.
No, it's fine. We're getting the clicky clacks to your keyboard. It's beautiful.
yeah, everybody's happy.
Sorry.
When-
That's what we're here for.
Sorry. You can switch.
To like follow up on your question, Cam, just quickly, that like
Yeah.
I find it so much easier when I'm working on someone else's project, or like just multimedia stuff in general is like way easier for me, because it's like about this one thing, and like what is it about this project that like what's it asking, I guess, of the music, and like it automatically defines what I will do and what I won't. So like my kind of blank sheet syndrome fears are like quelled right away because it's like, okay, automatically it's going to be about this stroke of stuff, and I find that comforting.
Yeah. Okay, well, Rebecca's here. She also said you should play the music. Is there a way you can broadcast some?
Oh, yeah. I just had it muted. Let's unmute Rebecca. Okay, you're no longer muted.
Hello.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hello?
Hello.
We can hear you.
Oh, sweet. Okay, nice. All right,
How's it
I'm trying to figure out how to actually see what you guys are seeing right now.
Oh, I can
Can you share it here?
screen share, yeah. Let me just
Okay.
change the volume mixer.
I'm just from my phone, so it's like weird.
Okay. Let me screen share.
Yeah, sorry, we just put a lot on you there, Dan. For
No, it's fine. This is what it's for. Share screen.
Dynamic.
Tech Hub Fall 2020. There.
Yeah.
There. So you guys can see what I'm
cool.
gonna do.
Yeah.
We hear it on.
Yeah. So, how you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. I got a slightly fussy baby here, so we'll see how this goes.
Cute.
Hi, James. You're on the air.
Oh, that's cute.
Babies
Hi,
for
guys.
stream.
Babies for stream. He's not happy about it. But yeah, so this game, we made it over the last like school semester from like September to January, and like everything you see in the game is all made by students. Like this, starting screen, like all the music, all the sprites, even like most of the code is done by them. I just basically put it all together and like linked it up nicely.
Cool.
So yeah, no, it was a lot of fun to make, and so like all the writing is like the students, and I think it turned out really well.
So I'm just going to fix this screen share. It's not grabbing it the best way.
Oh yeah.
Maybe what I'll do. Hold on one moment. Slides. Oh, there we go. I'll just do that. That looks good. Okay, there we go.
Mhm.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Cool. That works.
Yep.
So my first impression was like, is this their first jam game or game that they've made, Rebecca?
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Like, there's a lot of components that like come together that typically for your first jam, I find you might focus on this or that, but like, there's obviously some UI that's functioning. There's a character that's moving. There's enemies. There's pathing. There's a story. There's art. It's like it has so many components when it would be easy.
Well, there
not to.
was 12 students, and we kind of set it up like a studio. It's like we had like a pod of like writers and a pod of musicians and a pod of artists and like programmers. So like one programmer would be in charge of like the enemy AI. One would be in charge of the characters' movement and stuff. One was in charge of animation. And then like one kid was really into like drawing these like JoJo-esque characters. So we're like, why don't you just make, a character for everybody in the class, and they can be like followers that help the character out.
That's awesome. I love this dialogue section with the character drawing there.
It's all very sassy.
One thing that blew my mind, or not, maybe I thought was really interesting when you hit Z and it does that like that attack thing. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you just killed him.
I don't know. It's just like it adds a mechanic that I wasn't even close to making when I made my first game. And I don't know. Maybe it's simple, but I thought it was neat.
Well, it's interesting because like the students were so creative. Like they just basically were like, okay, so I need to make it move towards the player, or like so basically just. And I showed them how to like make a loop that kind of like looks through all the available monsters, and basically find the closest one. So when it's in attack mode, it's it's the world's jankiest code, but it's like it's so funny. It's like you just like look around the room. What is the closest monster? If attack, move towards. If closer than this amount, attack. You know. So it's like there's no actual like A-star pathing. It's just completely moving towards things, and then it like it'll teleport to where it needs to be if it's too far away. So like if you
Oh, so you got your follower back too.
Yeah. Whenever you restart like or go to a new screen, they come back.
Cool. So they don't die because they are the students, right?
Yeah. They just fainted.
You don't want them to. Yeah. An interesting design choice if you could get everyone killed.
Like, is this being recorded? Because it'd be awesome to show them like this being played on stream.
Yeah, it is being recorded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet, nice.
What's up, Shane?
Hey, Shane.
Hey guys, I have my team with me here, just kind of working on what we're working on.
Awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
How's your game coming along?
Well, we overscoped, but we usually do that.
Would it be a game jam if it was properly scoped?
Yeah,
No way.
that's okay. We usually like to push ourselves, so we've got about like 3 levels of a Castlevania type game that we're currently working on. We're just hopefully gonna get done the first level relatively soon, within the next hour or so.
How big's
Nice.
your team?
Sorry?
How big is your team?
So we've got 3 others here with me, and then another artist that is just kind of working on stuff behind the scenes right now. So we got 5 total.
Cool. So what was your idea, and did you kind of have to iterate on it, or did you have sort of a clear vision on what you wanted to do with Deeper and Deeper?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, basically our first, what was our first idea?
I mean, it was pretty much this right off the bat. We just sort of fleshed it out more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like we had originally started with like more Celeste style platforming. Then we kind of realized that we did a similar thing last year, and we kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. So we decided to throw like some more enemies in there and make it a little bit more combat focused versus traversal focused. So that was something that developed over time. And yeah, so it's been pretty fun. There's something that it's something that we haven't quite done before. It's a little bit similar to what we did last year, but we're improving. And the nice thing is we're able to reuse some stuff from last year too. Like it's always nice to be able to like you spend so much work on the games over the weekend that it's nice to be able to like use some code again and stuff like that.
I'll just mention for people that are wondering, I am stuck on the right wall.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I can't.
Press R.
I'm stuck. It's
fail
going.
safe.
So it's auto running to the right.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Whoops.
A
what
bug
if you
in a
press
jam
R
game?
and then try to go down? leave this.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Uh-oh.
Dan, what are you playing?
Oh, Rebecca can tell you all about it.
Yeah. Can you move left, by the way, or is it broken?
I cannot move left.
Damn it.
I'll just
you might have to start
restart
again.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've never seen that bug before. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, this is I guess the title screen will come up in just 1 second. This is a game that a group of students made this last semester for the Tech Hub program, which is run through New Media Manitoba. So it was really cool. It's like they would come in from school every morning for about 2 hours and just like work on a video game. And so like, yeah, it was lovely. It was just lovely. It was just so funny though, because I don't really see myself as a very good teacher.
Oh, that's so oh my gosh, that is so not true.
Well, I'm really good at like, if someone has a question, I can help them, but I'm so bad at lesson plans and like.
Oh, okay, I get what
that's
you're saying. Yeah, I can see. Not for you necessarily, but I can see what you mean generally speaking by that.
Yeah. So like me and the school system, they're like, so what's your plan? I'm like, make a video game. They're like, well, what does that entail? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll figure it
This is
out.
my job, and I still have no idea.
Yeah.
but it all worked out.
Very crucial difference between being a leader and being a teacher, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I want to see how many followers I can. Oh, I'm auto running to the right again.
No.
To the right?
Yeah,
Are you using WSD or the arrow keys?
I'm using WASD. Oh, arrow keys fixed it.
Oh, sick. Nice. Okay. That's something at least.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it must be an input.
I want to see how many followers I can get at once. I guess there's a limit of 12.
Yeah, there's 12, and then with 12 you can go and face the king. And yeah.
I back out of that.
Terrifying room.
I go into this room, I hear this like music, I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready for that.
It's the room
Wow.
full of death.
Yeah.
Successful music composition.
Literally, I was just, that's kind of what I was thinking. I didn't think about it, but you're right. I go into the room, I could instantly tell it's got like this vibe connected to it that was clearly communicated by the music. So whoever did the music did a really good job, in my opinion.
I will tell the kid that he did a great job, or he can watch this, and then he'll be like,
Yeah.
yes.
That was such a genuine response, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Actually, Julian, you met the kid, because we went to Mosma for the day.
Yeah, that was awesome being able to work with those folks. See the minds behind the product.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and speed run.
Oh, wait, you missed one. You missed one. You missed
Okay.
one.
Oh, did I? Oh.
Too fast. You sped too fast.
Shane, is your game in a place where you can share what you're working on, or?
Yeah, I guess I could share like what I'm currently working on. I'm just working on the camera system for the platformer.
Okay.
Yeah, like we've got a little bit that I can show. I could just like stream what I'm currently doing.
Sure, and then Dan can switch to it whenever. I really want to see him get all the guardians here. Followers.
Okay,
They're
well,
just bum
I'll
rushing these guys.
start sharing my screen and then we can switch over or whatever.
Oh no.
Sounds great.
I'm worried it's gonna be anticlimactic because I did the boss programming never made it in. So it's basically like if you go to the boss room with all the characters, you just. But it's the journey, not the destination.
So this is gonna be sound really weird, but this kind of reminds me of like Star Wars Republic Commando, because you could have different modes for your command. You could put them into neutral mode, attack mode, and defense mode, and I just noticed that there's more than just attack. There's like attack, flee, and defense, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's maybe a weird comparison, but I'm getting vibes from Star Wars Republic Commando.
That's a good comparison.
Mhm.
I've seen bits of that game. I've never played it myself.
Okay, let's do this.
Like Pikmin.
Followers are obviously good friends. They like to stay close together.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because they're just kind of trying to go to like a distance away from the character, and so they just kind of like they all have little rigid bodies, so they're all just kind of like clumping. They're
Yeah.
friends.
Oh, music
Oh.
change here.
It's a maze. You always hug the right wall. That's the key. Oh, I can't get past this.
You should be able to. I think it's just your guys are in the way. You make them flee.
Oh, I didn't realize they were like
Yeah.
I thought it was clipping on the wall.
It's complicated. There we go.
Oh no. This is really
Entourage
cool.
of just full-plated
The
knights would be
entourage.
terrifying to see in real life.
You're just like a dog minding your own business with your little sword. You just see like 20 guys like, sup.
Me and the homies just out on for a night on the town.
Oh, watch out, you're about to die.
How do I get more health?
Green,
So,
green
yeah.
dots. Clearly.
Oh. Yeah. Noted.
Do the green dots have any lore?
No. This is actually something I added after the fact because the game was way too hard. But every time you kill an enemy, a green dot will appear, so that's how you get more.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and also, I guess you just healed suddenly
Yeah.
for no
Oh.
reason. So
Because
that
I
worked
went
out.
through- Went to a different zone, I guess heals you.
That shouldn't. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Intentional. Totally intentional.
This is amazing. Your posse just like goes out and seeks all the enemies.
Yeah. Just clear the room for you.
This is what I mean. It'd be terrifying.
You just chase him into the void. Oh,
We will
no,
jiggle you to death.
Using math.
Yeah. It's almost like I get like a South Park. They're just like stomping them down.
Can my guys, can they die?
Yeah, but they come back whenever you go into another room.
Oh, okay. So I'll just leave them on attack mode then.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, are they getting more red as they lose health?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they start to like flow around. They become a liquid essentially.
Is there a map? Like, because I
No.
realize I don't know where I'm going.
I can guide you to the last ones if you want.
Okay,
Yeah, down there is one.
So I always try and...
No questions asked.
There's no should we. What's the morality of this? Who cares?
Yeah. I almost feel like because you said the final boss is not done, like it'd be cool if you could like solve the conflict through words, and then it's almost like an antithesis to the actual combat in this game, where it's like you're the boss, we're gonna talk you down. We won't
After
jiggle
all the
over.
curb stompings.
Yeah. We have compassion for the boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
This moment of self-reflection. I was like, what have we done?
Nah. So you want to go to the left is the last two guys, and then
I'm
down.
also-
Down?
I'm also imagining the pacifist run of this, where you still have the posse, but it's just a group of people forming a circle around the enemies and like yelling at them.
No.
No,
Bad.
no,
Bad
bad.
dog.
Work.
There's an invisible wall right here.
Seriously?
Oh
I
no.
think there were rocks here at one point. I think they might be.
Oh yeah, I guess there's an invisible object right here.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely.
Experience ruined.
Sorry.
I'm joking. Just to be
You
very
want
clear,
your refund?
if your
No
students are watching, I'm just joking. No, am I gonna get stuck outside the level? Oh. Okay, never mind.
Apparently, there's just no collider there. Okay.
I was worried that like if I got pushed outside of the level that I wouldn't be able to get back in.
You can always press R if you need to restart.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Which I should probably specify because the game is janky enough that like people should know.
Well, it's interesting that like I can get myself stuck, but you and your students have already implemented a system where if you get stuck, you can just easily reset. So it's like,
Yep.
even
Yeah.
though there's like a level of jank there,
Uh-huh.
it's like you can just reset and try again.
Exactly. So if you want to go to the boss room, it's down and to the right.
Like down here.
Or to the right here. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then up.
Hell yeah! Here we go.
The boss room, if I've ever seen one.
So this is the actual boss, as it turns out. I just said.
That was the throne room, eh?
Yeah.
One thing that's hard for me is to tell if I'm hitting someone.
Yeah, that's fair. There was a bunch of like animations that just like, I wanted to get them in, but then James arrived, and I'm like, I have no time to do this. So I felt bad, but you won! Yeah.
Has
I like
Jacob
the charming screen.
has Jacob done a game jam before?
Hmm?
Jacob, like in the credits here.
Oh, I don't think so. I told him he should, but he didn't.
Oh, just because I know that there was a Jacob that's done a jam in the past. I don't know if it's probably a different Jacob.
No, this Jacob is I think 16, 17 years old, so it might be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, probably a different. Does Jacob's last name start with an L?
I actually have no idea.
Okay, never mind.
So
Cool.
I can give away nothing.
Yeah, right. That was fun. That's cool.
Yeah.
For a first game, assuming it's their first game together, that's like really freaking good.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they crushed it. They crushed it. It was
It's a
good.
lot of like hard ideas to put together.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, I tried not to like scope creep, and there are definitely certain things that didn't make it in. Like there's supposed to be power ups, and obviously the boss didn't get in, but like, and some of the animations. But overall, I think it came together.
Totally.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Yay! Anyways, I gotta head off and actually do some work on my jam. But this has been lovely.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you guys. You're
Yep.
all fantastic.
Yeah. See ya.
See you
Hey,
later.
bye.
Okay. Now I need to get screen. How do I get that on screen? Discord. Cam screen.
You're bringing up Shane's.
Yes,
stream?
I am.
Awesome. It's looking pretty stellar. I love this.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the lighting? Like, I'm trying to. Do we like the green on the books, guys?
Oh, nice.
You think it's too green?
Because they were more colorful before.
Yeah. Okay.
And it
So-
still would look.
Yeah, it makes it. I don't know. So then, what color do we want? Because like, it was kind of hard to tell because I want the lighting in there, but
Probably just do the whole thing like an orange.
you like an orange.
Keep it all warm tones.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's almost.
So yeah, your screen share is up on Twitch now.
I'm digging that idle animation.
Me too.
Yeah,
Like
Tabby
Bob
did a really good work on that. Like, like all the art he's done so far is amazing.
Oh yeah, I
Nice.
added more to
He
it.
made a little ghost too. Here, I'll drag him in there so you can see him.
Oh, awesome.
The little enemy ghost that just like well, I guess he's not following me for some reason. Don't know why that's happening, but he's supposed to follow me. And yeah, it looks really cool. He's currently working on the final boss for this level. So
If you want to join, you can join the Google Meet if you want to turn your webcam on. Otherwise, you can just leave it as is.
oh, I was thinking about just having this if that's okay.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine.
So, what is there a narrative to your game? Have you kind of fleshed that
Yeah,
out? a
like
bit?
right now we were kind of thinking that like our main character, her name is Mina, and that was Tabby's idea, and she's a delivery driver for pizza that has to drop a pizza off at like a creepy mansion, and then you go into the mansion, and then the mansion like eats you like Monster House. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but it's that movie for some reason stuck in my head. And then you're just kind of having to deliver the pizza to the owner of the house, who's just like, oh, you know, it's only a few flights of stairs, you'll be fine. And then it's just you get farther and farther in. It's yeah, but it's pretty cool so far. So right now we're working on kind of like this would be like a library-esque area, kind of like the hotel from Celeste. That was kind of in terms of like aesthetic, that was kind of what we were going for there. But yeah, so it's been going pretty good so far. Right now I'm just working on trying to get lighting, obviously, and I'm working on the camera because I'm having some issues where I'm worried that people won't be able to see what's going on below them. I don't want people to feel like they can. That's why I put that little spike thing, and that's clearly done by me and not Tabby or artist or other artists, because it looks awful, and you can tell that I made it in Pascal. But yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that people know what stuff is obstacles and what's like areas where you can feel comfortable dropping down. I'm just kind of gauging that right now. I'm also kind of just working on getting the right lighting, and so my team. That happened on stream. We were just kind of talking about what we wanted the lighting to be, and I'm gonna try some warm tones now for the kind of similar to what I have for the sign there, but for the books.
Yeah, I like the celebratory fist pumps when you're falling.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it looks pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Good. Looks
yeah,
good.
I know. Yeah, the animations look really really good so far.
Mm-hmm. And you're saving often, I noticed, which is, I guess, a very important thing.
Yeah, that might be out of muscle memory from a few other jams having some issues.
Drink lots of water and save your game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good practice.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much the goal, right? Oh, let's try.
So you're just changing the color on all of the platforms at
Yeah,
once
I
here?
just wanted to see what it looks like because I don't necessarily like. I think this light should probably be a little bit different than the lights for the books. But
Mhm.
I'm just gonna see what like a yellow looks like.
So you're working in, is it Godot?
Yeah, yeah, we just call it Godot, but like, there's so
Godot,
many different like names for it. Any one of them is correct. We're not gonna ever correct anybody. Oh, I fell. We're not ever gonna correct anybody. Oh, also, you can tell that the background was also made by me in Paint 3D.
Those aren't the final windows?
Oh, no, 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 no.
All just
Oh.
a check.
No, no, no. We
I
have
wa-
our other artist, our other very talented artist, Nick, who's sitting right next to me, is working on the
Maybe
background right
a
now.
white color, just a bit of a whiter yellow.
You want the whiter yellow?
It just looks too, like I don't know. It just looks too like it overpowers the color of the rest of the books. I think.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't want to like jump in the middle either.
No, no, it's all good.
You're fine.
What do we think about that?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty
And if
cool.
you
I
jump
think I-
into it, it colors your character too, right? Colors the
Yeah.
character model? Yeah, that's neat. Is that something you had to program, or is that something that's kind of built into the engine?
I think that's just built into the engine. I don't think I needed to make any extra changes for that, which is very nice because I didn't really want to. But yeah, so the colors affect the player, which is nice, and they'll affect the ghosts too,
Awesome.
which is kind of cool.
I've
Yeah,
never even heard of this engine before.
What, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's I mean, it's pretty
I'm a
popular.
noob, Shane.
Open source. What?
I'm a noob.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, so it's open source. So if you find a problem that you don't have a solution for, you can actually go into the engine and just build the solution for it, and then it gets
Cool.
thrown into the engine. That's pretty nice. So there's been a lot of community involvement in terms of making sure that it's a good engine to work in. 3D is a little like not great. It's not as powerful as Unity, but that's looking to change with Godot 4, which is coming out. I think this year. Did they say this year?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, so it should be this year. That one is having Vulkan support and just general like better rendering and stuff like that. Like Jeff and I have worked on projects that are in like 3D for Godot, but it's not quite as powerful. We had to end up using right now it uses we're using a programming language called GDScript, which is basically just Python with some special function thrown in there. But there's also a C# implementation. So if you're wanting to like switch from Unity or if you normally use C#, you can also do that, and it's quite a bit faster than GDScript. So yeah, so we were having to use C# for the 3D stuff because the actual built-in GDScript language is pretty slow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for like, we were doing massive proc gen stuff for like 3D terrain, so
Yeah.
Right.
like your day-to-day stuff, like even the character we programmed in GDScript, it's just really big stuff, and batch stuff needs to be compiled, obviously.
Yeah. So you have a lot of
It's-
experience with this engine, basically. Do you work on it with your last project too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We this is like our main thing that we normally use. We've toyed around with Unity and stuff. We find it to be bloated. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. There's a lot of stuff. It takes a lot to install. Godot is literally 30 megabytes, and that's the entire engine, which is kind of nice. And it runs entirely in the executable, so you don't even have an installation location. It's actually just
Cool.
runs like straight on from the executable. So it's pretty nice, and it's really lightweight. So that's kind of why we like it.
And the engine is actually a game made with Godot.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. like the GD native or whatever. It's like their C++ implementation for their custom stuff, and so the entire engine is built in that. So technically, Godot is built in Godot, which is kind of funny.
Super cool. Godoception.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Go all the way down.
Yeah, we're a few levels in. It gets ugly.
Well, this is cool. So it's kind of beginner friendly too, hey?
Yeah,
we
like
picked up our first Ludum, we had never, well, we'd done some work in other engines, but we'd never used Godot before. But it just seemed so user friendly that we decided that we were going to pick it up, and we made our first jam game in it.
Yeah, and then we just kind of
Awesome.
decided, hey, what the heck? Might as well just keep on using it because it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Right, and it works for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for it yet, or are you kind of workshopping it?
Yeah, we don't quite have a name yet. Yeah, usually that comes at the end. Actually,
Yeah.
surprisingly enough, every time we always just build the entire game, and they're like, what should we call this? As I'm like setting up to push it out for the end of the jam.
Pizza gone wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. Good idea. That's it.
Cold pizza. Yeah.
Cold pizza.
Well, like we named like 2 Game Jam games something quests, so we got to stop doing that.
Pizza Quest?
No, no, Jeff just suggested that we're not doing it. No more quests.
It's called tradition.
No.
I think you have like a your audience is expecting something of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, they're expecting more quests. I don't know what I can do for them.
Quest.
Yeah, they're requesting it.
Oh.
Dustin?
Appears out of nowhere.
But yeah, it's been pretty cool so far.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to play around with the lighting some more, and then I think I'm gonna light up these bookshelves so that people can actually see them. And then I know Megan, our level designer, is currently working on a whole area here for the final boss of the level. So
Nice. And so how can you collaborate in this software? Is it easy to do, or?
yeah, we usually just use GitHub Desktop, and then whenever we make a change, we'll just throw it in there, change something, commit it, push it out.
Cool.
It's pretty easy.
That's part of the engine too?
No, so it's a separate thing, but they do have built-in support for it. I just can't remember where it is. Yeah, it's version control, and then you just set it up. Then you can it's the exact same process, except you just like hit the button under project here, and then you would. It's the same thing. We just use the external one because we like to see the history of everything.
Yeah, it's a bit more powerful.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do it like this jam where like sometimes importing files in Godot, sometimes there's some issues with that when it comes to different computers. So usually we like to use the GitHub Desktop app to make sure that we can mitigate as many of those problems as possible.
Cool. Awesome.
I'd like to introduce everyone on stream to Lenny, who has made an appearance finally.
Well, there you go. I was looking for Lenny yesterday during the stream.
I saw here. Oh, that was too much. The vacuum went off. All right, that was it.
Shane, you're and of course everyone else that's working on the game as well. It looks similar to the last game we played, not visually of course, but just in terms of it's got like at least what I'm seeing so far, it's got a vibe to it. With the way that you have the visuals and the lighting, particularly in that first scene when you jump on the bookshelf and Cam made this comment and it lights up your character. I think that really does a lot to sell the like vibe of the game, which is one of my favorite parts of games, is building that that vibe.
The aesthetic, yeah, absolutely. No, that's something that I really focus on whenever we come up with a concept. It's something that really draws me in with games, so I find it really important to make sure that that's a major focus. So that's a lot of what I spend my time on when it comes to the games that we make. But yeah, so it's a good time, and right now, right now, my main focus is making sure that we can have it like look nice. Like I was playing around with like a shader for like some like dust, like little like fog bits in there and stuff like that. Didn't quite look so good though, but I'll probably revisit it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm finding lighting is just like a great and easy way of just adding that extra bit of polish,
Oh, for
as we
sure.
saw
Yeah.
in this one, and
Yeah.
also with Matt's game as well.
Yeah, because that's something that like we didn't focus on the first game jam game we made, and you can definitely tell. But as soon as we like actually started focusing on it, like our last game jam game was like definitely the best one. It looked the best for sure. So it's definitely a focus this time.
Yeah. I know that we're just looking at like the skeleton of the game right now, but I'm getting like, did you guys ever play Cold Shadow? It was a Disney interactive game from a long time ago. I just the way that things like your character moves around, I just get some really intense vibes from that. It's also, I think you start in sort of a library level as well.
I'll have to take a look. I haven't seen anything. Most of my references have actually been from Castlevania because it seems like they kind of build levels to that. Although there's a lot more stairs in Castlevania,
Yeah.
but that's been a lot of my focus. But I'll have to take a look at that game and see if I can draw anything from it for ours.
Maybe it's just
version.
it was a very snappy game from when was it? 97? I don't know.
I don't know if
Okay, yeah,
this.
that's a little bit before my. All right, before my time.
I'm also kind of getting Earthworm Jim vibes, if
Yeah.
in a weird way, just like the very like theme, like distinct theme of the level, and even kind of the run animation. I don't know. There's something about it that.
Yeah, no, it's nice. We try to the artist likes the artists like to flex their skills a little bit, so we like to do a wide variety of themes for levels when it comes to Ludum Dare games. So it's pretty fun to see what these two can come up with. That's time to throw some ghosts in there.
You've already like added collision to them too. Do they hurt you if they touch you? Is that
Not yet. Jeff is currently working on the player character being able to punch, and then
Okay.
once we do that, then we're gonna make it like basically the ghost right now has this little collision area that when the ghost or when the player overlaps with that area, they'll get damaged for however long they're within that area. So that's just something that we haven't quite connected yet to the player character, but everything's all set up on the ghost end. We just need to connect it to the player character.
cool? Are there friendly ghosts in this game?
Not yet. We could look at it. We still have time.
Can I be part of your team? No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like we've got a lot of people already. I kind of
I'm
feel
kidding.
that.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll find a team. I'll find someone. I do have a team. I do have a small team.
Okay.
Dan, what you working on? What you doing?
I am scheduling a vaccine, not related to game development.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I have mine scheduled for the 30th of April.
Right on.
I qualify under living downtown, apparently, which is not something I knew about until someone told me.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I
that
live.
must have been- that was Friday. So.
Do you live downtown, Shane?
No, I qualified through my work.
Okay.
I work as an IT person with various clients, a large portion of them being personal care homes throughout the city.
Right, okay. Cool. So, sorry, Jerlyn, you were saying?
I was just saying that the neighborhood qualifications. It's like I could throw a rock into like from my place to like a place where I would be eligible. It's just like right over the bridge for me, which is where it's so close. But...
And you're not eligible.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
Yeah. But hey.
Yeah,
right.
it's definitely getting closer though. You'll see it sooner than you think.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not too worried.
And then we can all gather and make games.
It's the dream.
Yeah. I never had the mac and cheese or whatever, and everyone's been.
Why'd you have to say that? Now I have to like. I have food in my fridge. Now I have to like go get mac and cheese or something else.
Great.
Everyone makes Katie at the same time. Shared experience.
Oh, now I have to go. Something that reminds me of if I can't get mac and cheese, I gotta go to Smokes or anywhere close to the Game Jam location that reminds me of the physical jams.
Shormacon.
Shormacon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Jam. Oh, come here.
Now I can only hear the Castlevania music while you're playing.
Yeah, that's actually I'm really excited to start digging down into the music. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. That's one of my favorite parts of the jam is because that's another thing that like really sells the aesthetic and the mood is the music. So it's another thing that I really like to spend time on.
Mm-hmm.
Excited to do a little bit of chiptune stuff since we're doing pixel art this time.
Yeah, what were you saying that you use mostly for the music?
That was Soundtrap. It's a
Right.
cloud-based. Like I said at the audio meetup, I kind of cheat. I don't exactly make all of the music from scratch. I do use some samples from Soundtrap's collection, but usually I make like the main theme and like play it out on my laptop using the whatever piano or anything that is available to me. But I don't have a lot of equipment to play music in my apartment, so usually Soundtrap is the way to go. It just makes it easier.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's definitely not cheating to use like whatever resources are there.
Yeah.
You know.
Wait a second. Did you just say you use other resources? Oh my! I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
Wait, did you build that synthesizer that you're using? To
Yeah,
make the
you
guitar?
didn't. Oh my god! I don't know if I can look at you the same.
Did you chop down that tree that became your guitar to?
No, I just meant I use samples instead of like, but like I guess like throwing it all together in one thing is okay. Like I usually have an ear for what will sound good with everything. So it's just yeah. If I had more time and more skill and knew what a minor key was, then I would be able to probably do more of it from the brain.
6 years of bands.
Stop. You don't have to help me like that.
Cutting corners during a jam game.
Yeah.
I can't say
Gam.
A jam jams.
Oh,
No, that's
man, I was thinking
else.
about James's gams. You know.
James's jams. I encourage you to think of jams.
Oh yeah, I do.
I wish I
missing
could.
jam jams.
I don't know how to get my camera set up easily, but I have both of my cats here.
How can you share? Please share.
Okay, let's see what we can do.
Pet hour here at.
Oh, I know how to do it. This might not
Yeah.
work.
It's a bonus to being at home during this whole jam.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that because it's not gonna.
Where are we at?
Oh, it's not gonna work. Oh well. Good girl. Okay, that's enough of jams.
Okay, I'll start creating like a fake.
You can basically do the same thing with tiles that we have already, but just
How's
like
beanbag? Beanbag's good.
a little more. Like,
They are both chilling in their cat highway that is awesome and covering every single wall. I don't know if you were here, Julie, when I said it, but like I'm adding even more cat highways to every single wall in my apartment to the point where the only walls that won't have cat highway is the concrete walls because I can't be bothered to rent a hammer drill just to put up one shelf.
Wow. I love the name Cat Highway.
Yeah.
Or of a cat freeway system, if you ask me. Cat interstate.
Yeah. That's what it's called like online when I was looking for how to DIY it. But then I just ultimately decided to do it myself because really
Layers.
there's no process for making something like that. You just kind of make it. But
Kind of want to just like write a song about it, you know?
Hopefully I'll write them in
Um,
My cat highway.
like when they're
Life is a cat highway.
I
Is that
might
it?
get into making cat highways for other people. There's a cat behavioralist that I talked to that said they were going to tell their clients about the highway that I made, and that if they wanted one of their own, that I would be willing to make it for them, assuming they like paid some fee
Yeah.
or whatever. So that'll be really interesting. I really hope that they reach out to me because my stuff turned out really, really well. It looks professional. Just the bottom. Just don't look at the bottom. The bottom is pretty much exposed plywood, which is the only thing I would fix if I were to make it for other people.
Right.
So.
Well, maybe when I get a place, I don't think I can put some shelving. Even in these plaster walls, it's hard to hang anything.
Yeah, it's tricky because I don't have wood studs, so I can't one of my L brackets is kind of coming off the wall a little bit, sort of, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So I'll just have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
And it can only hold so much weight, but I mean, my cats aren't chunky, so they're not gonna cause any issues there.
Wait, they're chunky, so they're not gonna cause an issue?
No, with like the weight. Oh, I see. There's
Are you done
that chat message is very interesting. I don't know how to remove chat messages.
Not necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
Can you talk to Tabby in our Discord and get that image? Or like see where he's at?
How do I
with the
do that?
art?
Do you not want to become famous there, Dan?
I don't know.
You're
I
talking
don't,
about
the,
SoundCloud.
in Twitch. In Twitch. Time to
Exactly.
join
Let's
out
get
with
let's get an emoji wall going.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so this is the whole other area that Megan just
shoot.
made for the boss battle. So
Awesome.
that, it's gonna be, I think, what Tabby wanted to do was a large possessed suit of armor for this area. So that's kind of what Tabby's currently working on.
Cool.
So I think I'm gonna try and throw some lighting in here, and I realized that I was working in here while Megan was working in here, so I need to redo the lighting.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. That was my fault. So it's okay. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of source control is you just got to make sure that no one's in the same scene at the same time, because at that point it's just gonna bother. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna just quickly redo that lighting, throw that little sign in there again, and then I think after that I'll just make sure that we can transition into here properly. So what we're probably gonna do for that is this little area is gonna be a little puzzle that you'll have to organize some books on the shelf in the right order in order to advance into the next area.
Nice.
We're probably gonna have a puzzle like that for each level, but you know that's also pretty. Sorry.
You make that. It's like under bookcase. I can make it invisible as well.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Oh, okay. You dropped through.
Yeah.
Disable that layer.
Or just fade it or something. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I
So
was thinking it's
that's
gonna be like a spinning door sort of thing, but
yeah.
you know,
A
like
little
the-
movie magic there. We get to see what's going to happen.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my placeholder door. It looks very good.
Yeah. It looks
does.
excellent.
What kind of books are on those shelves?
Every single Diary of a Wimpy Kid book.
I was just thinking that. I don't know if you guys heard that, but they said every single Diary of a Wimpy Kid book.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the movies.
Lots of
though.
copies of it. Yeah.
Yeah, all copies of the first book.
Yeah,
There's
I see some
there's
Captain Underpants in there.
Do it yourself. They're all filled out differently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some empty ones. The guests can fill them out.
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
some mint condition Diary of a Wimpy Kid do-it-yourself books. Yeah, Scholastic books for anyone who's watching. Those are the days.
They were the days.
The entire Garfield collection from beginning to present.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
every volume.
Every volume.
Are they done making Garfield? Are they still making Garfield? Who makes Garfield?
I don't know. Or well, Jim Davis. I had an enormous Garfield phase, and yeah, I own lots of Garfield books at my parents' place.
I think the last I've heard of Garfield is the Garfield kart games.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Garfield Kart Furious Racing.
Yeah.
What?
It's good.
Are they good?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
No, they're very bad. Sorry. I hate to break it to you, but it's funny.
What's Garfield's like? What are the items that you can use to like thwart your opponents in Garfield?
It's like
There had to have been like a lasagna, right?
Or like
Oh,
a
yeah.
pie? Yeah.
Slip on it or eat
Oh
it.
yeah.
Lasagna
Like,
should be every item.
Yeah.
Yeah, just different variations.
tell us on Steam probably.
Yeah, it's from 2019.
Yeah, no, it's very recent. It was made in Unity. It was made. I can't remember the developer. Artifact Studio. Published by Microids, and yeah, it's all right. It's I think you just collect coins, or no, they're little like cat treats or whatever.
Mm.
Man, it looks pretty
yes,
solid.
Yeah,
From
it
the
looks
screenshot,
okay.
yeah.
It plays kind of weird. It plays
Yeah.
weird, but that's kind of it's good for what it is. It's fine.
Yeah. Man, I would be Odie every time.
Oh
The
yeah,
underdog,
Odie
literally.
Odie main.
Odie main.
There's
So they had
oh,
the
go ahead.
other like they had like the pink one and the other stuff in there at one point.
Yeah, there's some pretty decent characters.
There was a mouse in there.
Mm.
Yeah, it looks like
John
some me
Arbuckle.
characters
Yeah.
or something.
Oh yeah, there it is.
John's love interest or whatever's in there.
Oh, Liz.
Yep.
I mean, who?
Thanks
I
for
mean,
being here,
John's
Julian.
love.
Yeah.
John's love. Just what's her name?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Well, you got to be talking about Liz. Yeah.
There was a series of Garfield books where it's like Garfield and his pals get superpowers and they need to like vanquish. It's like a superhero Garfield experience for like teens.
Wait, say that again.
Like
Garfield
Garfield gets superpowers and his pals, and like Garfield gets really buff, and everyone has like their own power. The teddy bear is like a computer.
Jeff said that was one of his nightmares.
The visual in my head is something else. Buff Garfield.
Yeah.
Buff Garfield, I like that.
I feel like Garfield lore is going like similar trajectory to like Sonic the Hedgehog. Sounds exactly the same as any recent Sonic game in memory.
Yeah, throw some spikeths in there.
The natural progression of things.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, do you think we should probably wrap this up there, Dan?
Yeah, I think that works. Unless Shane, there was anything else, or Julian, that you wanted to add in before we wrap up.
Yeah, share some socials and stuff if you want. Where can people follow you?
At Julian Butel on the old Twitter.
Cool.
Good. Yeah.
What about you, Shane?
Yeah, I'm at Angus Beef Shane.
Oh yes,
I
Shane.
I think Cam put that in my head at one point.
He did, yeah.
Literally, that was forever ago, and I just haven't changed it yet. So I have Cam.
Why would you change it? Why would you change it, Shane?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't think I know.
I should probably change mine to Angus Beef Cam.
Yeah.
Wait, so your name came from Cam?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a while ago.
Oh wow.
I put out a tweet that was like, here's some names, here's some usernames that you can use that don't have numbers in them, and I just listed a whole bunch that I, went into the username changer and saw if they were taken or not, and it was just, I don't know. I felt like it was a fun tweet, and then people can get something out of it, and Shane certainly got something out of it. So.
It did. It was a good time. I don't regret it for 1 minute.
It's a great username. I'm really flattered you went with it.
How about you,
Yep.
Cam? Where can people tune in to your Twitch stream? I know is something that you
Oh, yeah.
that you do.
Sure. Well, I'm Cam Deemel on Twitter, and then on Twitch I am twitch.tv/camnesiac. I posted a little note or rather I just talked in the chat. So if you want to, you can click through my name and you'll find me there. I do music streams, live music streams on Friday mornings, to get you through your workday with some calm tunes. I sing and I play guitar.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess we're good to go.
Well, Dan, you didn't talk about you.
Oh.
You coordinate all this
Dan.
stuff, so take it away. You know.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So I'm Daniel, I guess, and I organized this event. This stream was an idea that me and Cam had been talking about for Saturday specifically. So it's nice to have you on stream, and hopefully we can do more of it tomorrow or whenever you're available. So
Yeah, I guess if we're talking about like creating things and going behind the scenes, this idea was just like we wanted to sort of have that Saturday feeling and environment where you can kind of, if we were there in person, we would be sharing and walking around and sharing ideas and stuff. So this is our attempt to try to capture that energy and that.
Yeah, exactly. You said it
good
better
times.
than you said it much better than I was prepared to say it.
Well, yeah,
Sure,
if people got a lot out of it, then that's good. We'll definitely do this again.
Cool.
Yeah, more than happy to do this again tomorrow. So yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Cool.
so tune in to, if you're not following us already, follow us on IGDA Winnipeg Twitch to see if we go live again at any point throughout the weekend. Other than that, thanks everyone for watching the stream, and we'll catch you later.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
You too.